Hello and welcome to Vibes. If you are unsure of which Netflix films to watch, then relax. By the end of this video, you will have some new recommendations that you might enjoy. Today, we're going to count down the top 10 Netflix original films of 2023 so far. Of course, there were many new films released on Netflix in 2023, but these 10 are the biggest, best, and worth your time. Also, we have kept this list exclusive to only new titles. Now let's start the video. Chupa. It is a 2023 fantasy action-adventure film directed by Jonas Curran. The scenario takes place in 1996, when a researcher by the name of Richard Quinn is searching for the Chupacabra, a widely believed legendary beast, in hopes that its claimed ability to heal will advance the field of medicine on the other side. The main narrative centers are Alex, a young boy who tragically lost his dad and makes the first trip to his grandfather's home, where he joins his cousins Memo and Luna. However, shortly after arriving, Alex meets a Chupacabra, a creature that doesn't seem as terrifying as people say. As they become closer, Alex gives the creature the name Chupa and discovers that Richard Quinn, a medical doctor, has been assigned by a suspicious organization with its own sinister goals to capture a Chupacabra. Later, Alex sets off on a remarkable adventure that will put his extended family's bonds to the ultimate test as he attempts to protect Chupa from a grave danger. The film is nonetheless entertaining, despite the story's shortcomings, largely because of the great characters and the FX. However, if you want to watch a good tale about a mythical creature with impressive visual effects, this one will do the trick. Zheng Yi. It is a sci-fi action thriller film directed by Yi and Sang-ho. The film is set in an extremely dark future, where the majority of mankind has relocated to space-based sanctuaries as a result of severe global warming. Meanwhile, in a dystopian world where a civil war threatens to topple the new government, one woman must go to any lengths to retrieve a powerful soldier, her own mother, in an attempt to build an artificially intelligent army. The main story follows General Yun Yi, an excellent fighter who oversaw many missions that were victorious up to her last battle, which she lost and fell into a coma. Years later, a tech company encourages Yun Yi's family to permit them to clone her mind in order to build an AI fighter. The narrative is emotionally moving, although it is also somewhat exciting and engaging. The best aspect of the movie is its futuristic outlook and how it integrates AI into daily life to establish a special kind of social order. By the film's conclusion, though, the family drama at its center generally takes priority over all of that interesting world building. The Mother. It is a 2023 action thriller film directed by Nikki Caro. The movie is strictly for action movie enthusiasts. The main character of the story is a female assassin known as the Mother, who teams up with the rogue weapons trader Hector in a risky plan to transport guns for cash and glory. But as the Mother becomes pregnant, she finds that the individuals she works with have involvement in kidnapping children. For this reason, she makes a promise to protect her unborn child, to stop Hector and save her child. She asks for the police help by serving as an informant. But when a Hector army of men threatens her daughter, she emerges from undercover and races quickly to defend her from these terrible men. Overall, Jennifer Lopez is the main force in the film. But, as I earlier stated, it is a standard assassin gone rogue type of thriller. However, it has nice suspense and some good action moments that provide nothing new, but it's enjoyable enough. Narvik. It's a historical war drama movie that covers the events surrounding the Battle of Narvik, which took place from April 9th to June 8th, 1940. The film takes place in 1940 and tells the story of a little Norwegian settlement named Narvik, which is believed to be the supplier of the iron needed for Hitler's war machines. This narrative concentrated on the beginning of the battle in which Hitler's formidable army suffered its first ever defeat. The story uses a specific soldier, Corporal Gunnar Toft, and the rest of his family to illustrate the armed forces combat that took place in Norway during the lengthy German attack. In the meantime, things are worse for Gunnar until he joins the team that helps Norway win an important victory. But what is interesting is the War of Narvik is considered the largest war conflict ever fought on Norwegian soil. Overall, Narvik is yet another powerful war movie that you won't regret seeing. It contains excellent characters, an overwhelming feeling of patriotism, emotional storytelling, and visual appeal. Blood and Gold. It is a 2023 historical action drama directed by Peter Thorwarth. The story takes place during the closing stages of World War II and explores both the hardships of warfare and the terrible actions of Nazi soldiers as they look for a hidden treasure. The major plot revolves around two characters, Heinrich, a German commander, and Elsa, a fearless farmer. Heinrich is looking for his small daughter, and is forced to go away since the Nazis want to kill him for leaving. With a merciless Nazi squad on his tail, he ended up in a little village where the Nazi troop had been going from the start. After getting to know one another, Elsa and Heinrich decide to work together to fight the Nazis who are trying to take the hidden gold treasure in Elsa's remote village. It is an action-packed search for treasure by the Nazis and a struggle for survival for all the others. This story shares some plot elements with the most recent action blockbuster, Sisu yet. It manages to set itself apart from Sisu and provides excellent fun because of its surprising twist of events. With its gritty, realistic depiction and traditional Western elements, Blood and Gold is an old-fashioned Western of a more modern type. Blood and Gold. It is a 2023 historical action drama directed by Peter Thorwarth. The story takes place during the closing stages of World War II and explores both the hardships of warfare and the terrible actions of Nazi soldiers as they look for a hidden treasure. The major plot revolves around two characters, Heinrich, a German commander, and Elsa, a fearless farmer. Heinrich is looking for his small daughter, and is forced to go away since the Nazis want to kill him for leaving. With a merciless Nazi squad on his tail, he ended up in a little village where the Nazi troop had been going from the start. After getting to know one another, Elsa and Heinrich decide to work together to fight the Nazis who are trying to take the hidden gold treasure in Elsa's remote village. It is an action-packed search for treasure by the Nazis and a struggle for survival for all the others. This story shares some plot elements with the most recent action blockbuster, Sisu yet. It manages to set itself apart from Sisu and provides excellent fun because of its surprising twist of events. With its gritty, realistic depiction and traditional Western elements, Blood and Gold is an old-fashioned Western of a more modern type. BIRDBOX, Barcelona. It is a post-apocalyptic horror thriller film of 2023 directed by Alex Pastor and David Pastor. Although not a direct sequel, the story is a spin-off of 2018 hit film Bird Box and tells an unconnected story inside the same universe. Similar to the plot of Bird Box, a mysterious power wipes out all of humanity. And strangely, these forces are invisible, but anyone who tries to see them loses their mind and dies. In order to survive, one must essentially wear a blindfold. The core story focuses on a former technician named Sebastian, a man who survived and must do everything in his power to keep his daughter Anna safe as he makes way through Barcelona's roads, while attempting to stay away from making eye contact with the unknown invaders. Later, other survivors joined them as they try to adapt to an unfamiliar apocalyptic world in which no one lives after seeing the invaders who now roam the earth. Overall, Bird Box Barcelona gets high marks for breaking away from the original movie, but eventually struggles because its plot is too aggressively trying to be unique. But fans of the first film should remain optimistic as they will enjoy this one for its new twists and a few new post-apocalyptic elements that were missing in the first one. The Last Kingdom, 7 Kings Must Die. The film carries on the television show's plot, which ended after 5 seasons. The plot picks up where the 5th season finale left off. It begins following King Edward's death, which sparks a conflict for the position of king as competitors, as well as foreign armies strive for power. The main character of the story is Uhtred, who gets summoned by a united group requesting his help with their plan, causing him to choose between his loved ones and his desire to create a unified England. The narrative continues as Uhtred of Bebbanburg and his allies travel throughout a nation in conflict in an effort to bring England back together. The majority of the show's cast returned for their parts in the movie, and a few new characters were also introduced. Although many series fans dislike the movie, it depends on what you were anticipating after the series' 5-season ending. Yes, the movie lacks the show's level of focus and feels overcrowded, but it does have the same atmosphere as the show, including the trademark battle scenes, breathtaking scenery, and a somewhat satisfying conclusion to the plot. NIMONA. It is a 2023 animated fantasy adventure film directed by Nick Bruno and Troy Quayne. The plot centers on Ballister Boldheart, a warrior in a modern version of the Middle Ages who is accused of an offense he did not commit. Ballister has been trained to kill shapeshifters, but he needs NIMONA, a shapeshifter, assistance to prove his innocence because everyone in the kingdom is trying to capture him. But as soon as the distinctions separating good from evil begin to become unclear, both of them begin to do severe destruction in order to prove Ballister's innocence. The story is decent, predictable, and gives little opportunity for unexpected developments. And it is not as great as Netflix's most recent animated films like The Sea Beast or Klaus. The CGI is inconsistent, varying from fantastic character animations to questionable ones, with a terrific blend of comedy and chaotic intensity. From NIMONA's, the comedy is a further success. She and Ballister have a lot of fun joking about it, and their connection throughout the film is a real standout. The Pale Blue Eye. It is a 2023 mystery thriller film directed by Scott Cooper. Although everyone has a different view, I believe this movie is one of the best of 2023, and its rating fails to sufficiently convey its incredibly gripping storyline. The story unfolds in 1830, when an army officer turns up dead, and the mortuary discovers that his heart is missing from the body. In the aftermath of this incident, authorities from the army facility summoned Augustus Lander, a local detective, to help investigate the grisly crime and identify the perpetrator of the horrific act. When Lander gets there, he asks a quirky but intelligent young recruit named Edgar Allan Poe for assistance in helping him look into the situation. However, when they make an effort to analyze the case, it plunges viewers into a horrifyingly intriguing mystery where they quickly come to the conclusion that the sequence of the murders indicates a non-human killer. The drawbacks are slow-moving story, weak, uninteresting characters, and lack of development. However, if you can overlook the story's slow burn style of narration, it is a really good murder mystery that keeps you interested until the very end. AKA. It is an action thriller film directed by Morgan S. Dalibert. The story is about an officer named Adam Franco who joins a criminal gang and unintentionally bonds with the leaders. Youngest kid Adam Franco is given the responsibility of working undercover for an organized crime group, and he must get to know Victor, the group's head. But due to unforeseen circumstances, Adam eventually finds himself put on a mission where he has to protect the gangster's son. But as Adam grows more connected to Victor, he becomes aware of the different challenges his organization faces, forcing him to use his extraordinary fighting skills while preventing himself from being detected. You may assume that it will be an ordinary action movie, but that is not the case. While the story feels familiar, the execution is great, and there is a twist that changes everything for the better. The action scenes are superbly shot, and this adds to the movie's overall enjoyment. Do add it to your watch list. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.